Hold you, this journey is not over. Don't know how to keep you. Don't know Curvi, lasso, Monte Carlo, Simi, Aha, Fursti, Bala.
Aber, Lama, Risti, Kota, Stockvar, Instigator, Rota,
Sorgi, Sorgi, Sorgina, Costa, Bravo, Alla, Microno, Tascia, Sorgi, Tascia,
Curvi, lasso, Monte Carlo, si.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. B. Carmichael here, Global Educator in Styling, and I cannot wait to introduce you to our first ever collaboration with Xpresion and the launch of Graphic Organic, our colour collection with Xpresion. I'm so excited to have the guys here, but first of all, I want to say a big shout out to Antoinette, who unfortunately can't be with us today as she's feeling a little bit poorly. So from all of us here, Antoinette, we wish you well, and we're looking forward to seeing you back with us again soon. So we are here. We are at the Xpresion Brand Live event and the partnership with Aveda. Graphic Organic is our spring 2022 collection and collaboration with Xpresion. Xpresion are an incredible artistic team. They are a trio of absolute talent, and I had the pleasure of being with them in London recently. So you're going to meet Jorge, Marco, and Jose, who are going to take you through Graphic Organic. We're going to be looking at the behind the scenes, we're going to be looking at the collection, and we'll be also looking at the technique. But let's talk a little bit more about our partnership with Xpresion and Aveda. So we really work well together. We really care about the environment and we really care about artistry. So over the next 45 minutes or so, we are really going to take that deep dive into artistry. And this is all about being creative. It's all about being inspired by nature. Now, Xpresion as a trio are an international artistic team, and they have won awards. In fact, they've been nominated and won International Artistic Team of the Year 3 years in a row. So they are a truly, truly talented trio. But their work doesn't just stop at the artistry in hair. It actually crosses over into all of the arts. So not just hairdressing and hair, but also into cinema as well as music. So it's going to be a fantastic time spent with them over the next half an hour or so, where we can really see their inspiration behind the collection. One of the big reasons why we wanted to partner with Xpresion and collaborate with this beautiful color collection is that we have so much in common, and we're both inspired by nature when it comes to our brand mission at Aveda, but also Xpresion as well are truly inspired by nature. And we're going to see the ways in which that they too give back, not just to the artistry, but also the planet and the environment. So we're going to be looking at some of the tools that they use as well. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the fantastic team, which are Xpresion, and I'm going to introduce you to Jorge, Jose, and Marco. Hello, guys.
Hi everyone. My name.
How are you? You're coming live and direct from Madrid.
Yeah. We are in our studio in Madrid, and it's a great pleasure to showing you what we create for Aveda, and especially in this place because it was the place where everything was created. So I'm here today with Jose and Marco in the studio, and hopefully it will be a nice way to share what we create for Aveda.
And we're so excited for you to share with us Graphic Organic. And we can't wait to see some of your inspiration and some of your sort of kind of behind the scenes. I know you're going to share with us a lot of images as well as we work through the next half an hour or so. But I wanted to set this up as well for all the teams that are watching out there in the Aveda network. Please feel free to type in any questions into chat. I'm really hoping we get time to ask Xpresion some of those questions for you. So please feel free to type them into chat, and we should have time at the end where we can go through some of those questions. So what I would really love to do is just hear a little bit about the team and hear a little bit about Xpresion.
Yeah. For us, team is a key thing, and that's why you mentioned before we received for 3 years in a row this award, and for us is the most important award because Xpresion is all about the team. So everything that we created is not an idea of Marco, Jose, or myself, or any other of the team. Everything is thanks to the collaboration between us. And in this picture, we wanted before to explain all the creative process and what we did it. We want to show the whole team with Rocío, Cassandra, Casper, Marco, Jose, and myself, which is part of all the team that they create the hair part. But behind of this, as you mentioned, also there's like a videographer, musician, so a lot of like a huge team that create this collection for Aveda.
And I love that because I know it does take a huge amount of a team effort to create a beautiful collection like this. And I think as we move through, you'll be able to see that not only have you done beautiful imagery as well, but we've got fantastic videos as well that not just show us inspiration, but also show us the artistry of the actual technique itself.
Yeah. And this is what we wanted because we have so many things in common with Aveda. So when we started to create the project, We know Aveda like long time ago, thanks to Antoinette, that we met. I think it was like 14 or 15 years ago. I don't know, like long time ago, and we feel in love on the way that even for sure you have like amazing products, amazing color, but in the way that you also work with all the artists. So that's why we wanted to make something special for you. This collaboration has like a beautiful meaning for us also.
And I think it's such a nice partnership as well, because you guys are a true artistic team and you are truly celebrating artistry. And I think with using Aveda hair color and having all those customizable tones, it creates that perfect like one-off, almost like design experience. And we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So what we'd like to do now is literally just go through, and we're going to have a little look at some of your mood boards and some of your inspiration behind the collection.
Yeah, this is for my favorite part because the collection is beautiful, but the thing is not just to create like beautiful imagery or nice like videos. It's also about to create a story. So this mood board is nice to explain how we started with the project and why we did this collection, because for me it's like makes sense when you see the collection and you understand why we created. So as I said before, we are like really connected in the way that we're in the part of the that we understand our our work. We always try to use our work to create also a better world. So nature for us is a key thing, and I'll explain later about, for example, the thing that we have about the green combs. But talking about the inspiration for the collection, for us, one of the things that is important is that for us the future is natural, but we are really attracted by the digital, all the digital content, that all the changes that we are living thanks to the to this part of the digital. So to start these two picture, it was key. This pattern, it was key when one day Jose arrived to the studio with this pattern that is quite like graphic, because we are really well known for technique like for example the pixel, that it was like really graphic. But also Marco one day said, I'm enough is enough. I want to make things a bit different, and we wanted to make something like we didn't make before. So when Jose came with this image, if you zoom in, inside of every graphic part, there's like a like more organic shape. So what we wanted is how to combine all the graphic and the organic together. So if we can move through the presentation, you will see like a lot of different image with different patterns. Like it combines the graphic and the organic. So we just pass. Yeah, this is just ideas that we say. Okay, we are really attracted about how can we make this into the hair. So it was the first idea, and I have to say, V, that sometimes when you think in an idea, it sounds really good on a paper, but also it's quite, hair is not like to paint on a paper. So can we pass the PDF? Also, what we found is that in nature, we found that, for example, this little bird, if you check the wings, they are like really graphic, and like they repeat the same pattern every little, like not the wings, but these little pieces here on the neck, and even is graphic. The combination of everything it looks organic, No, so so
I
we,
mean,
we found
it's
yeah.
so beautiful. These images are so gorgeous. And I know when we were in London, one of the
Yeah.
things that you talked about is what you're explaining. It's almost this like geometric kind of
Uh-huh.
layer.
Yeah.
Over the top, then there's more this kind of like organic, this more free kind of,
Uh-huh.
movement and texture. And I
Uh-huh.
think that's really interesting, because that's one of the things that you've done in this collection is you've
Mm.
put the two together. So I know that some of the audience that are watching, the hairdressers that are watching, will be really familiar with your beautiful pixel technique. And this is something totally different, isn't it? This is merging those two geometric and almost like natural organics together.
Exactly, exactly. And then the thing is that when they understand how is the process, the thing is not about how to paint on the surface. It's like creating a three-dimensional effect. So that's why it's important to understand when we show later how we create the process. They will see like it's something else, because it's changing with the movement, because it's not just a paint. It's not something that is paint on the surface. So yeah, maybe if we can like see the next slides on the PDF, we can reveal. Yeah, here
So I
there's some
think
of the yeah,
this is a beautiful video that we're seeing, and this is really kind of like bringing into life this. The future is natural, attracted by the digital. So this is really merging the two together. And I
yeah.
just have to say, Muriel, that's in this video that you just saw on screen, has just modelled for. You were
The,
saying.
the models, they are doing like Dior, they are doing Balenciaga. Yeah, yeah. We try to put in the, as I said before, all the best team, and this is including the models. Where so like really particular face, like diverse, like different kind of colors, and they are like quite special for the collection. You know, um, yeah, I think that in the also in the fashion film, you will see like all the team that we use for the video. They are doing like the biggest name in the fashion industry. So we pick them because they used to collaborate with us, and that's why we wanted to make something special with the team. So
So
yeah,
absolutely beautiful. And I have to say, Muriel, who we met in London, was
yeah,
absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And I think the colour that you did on her was just absolutely
yeah,
gorgeous, which we'll see more of in the video.
yeah,
So let's then have a look at this. So we're talking a lot about artistry, and what I love about this is it is literally the freedom that we're all looking for when it comes to being a hairdresser. It is that, like, there's no bars, there's no parameters. We can just be as creative as we want. So this is about being creative, but also as well being able to take elements of it and use it in the salon.
yeah, yeah. And for us, it was one of the in the first meeting that we had, the first reaction that when Antoinette, Kylie, and Kevin, they were in contact with us about to create this project. I asked, but what do you want from our side? What do you expect? There is any, and we are super thankful because they were like open, totally open. I want Xpresion for this project, and it was beautiful. But at the same time, to have a project like that open, it was like a huge responsibility, and that's why it was beautiful, because we wanted to create like some of the looks like more kind of inspirational, but some of the looks are like real, made with the model's hair. So it's a combination between one thing and the other. And every time that we create a technique, there's always a translation to make the technique in a more salon friendly way. So And
I love that. So let's have a look at the technique. And actually, we've got a question that's come in, which is asking, are the techniques on the model's hair, or have you used hair wefts? And I know some of the techniques they're going to see are on hair wefts, aren't they? So let's have a look at the next slide.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, here is how we became with how we make the technique, the whole process. And I have to say that, like, before to start to create the technique, the first thing that we did, it was we have to understand all the Aveda full spectrum color. So we made like more than, I will say, like 200 tests, like 200 different formulas. I have on the background, I don't know if you can see, I have all the studio, plenty of this with like doing different formulas. So what we create is like Pantones, like picking the color that we like it. And answering the question, before to move to the technique, answering the question, in the collection, there's some of the models that are wearing some like whipped, and some of the models are real on her hair. So that's why we wanted to make a collection for, to like two different versions of the technique. And does that answer the question?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect. So I think that's the big thing, isn't it? It's like, if you've got that really kind of like those creative juices are flowing, absolutely, you could do this technique on a hair weft, but you could also have the right guest that you could adapt this with. And I think that's what I've loved about really learning this collection with you guys, is that it's all about that freedom just to be creative, whether it's on real hair or whether it's on a hair weft.
Yeah. And here you can see how we started to create the part like more organic. And for this part, we use the hemp rope or string. What we did it was to braid the hair with a string, or to create this kind of shadows, like different shapes on the hair. So with this part, we create something that is like quite interesting, but not special enough, in my opinion. And it was part of the thing that we were like discussing in some of the meetings, also with Kevin and Antoinette. So we were in the process, and it was the early steps. So maybe if we move to the next slide.
And that's something that I really, love what you guys do, because you do get an idea and sometimes it works, and then sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board, and then you work with quite a big team, don't you, to perfect that idea. So it's not just about the end result, but it's also about the process.
Exactly. Yeah, and I have to say, in all this process, I had a conversation with Antoinette in London, because I said, in the process we make a lot of, like, let's say, mistakes, but she said, this is not mistakes. This is like, sometimes when you make a mistake, you take in like into another point, and she's totally right. And so in this process, by doing the test about the color, we were like testing also a technique which is now on the screen, that we call trompe-l'oeil. And trompe-l'oeil, the meaning is like an eye trick. Is a good translation? Is like,
yeah. So in French, it means the deception of the eye. So the trick of the eye.
Exactly. It's how to create a technique that is, and actually it's quite easy to make, because it's based on how to make highlights. So every hairdresser know how to make all this process, just by adding some little tricks that we create this effect into the hair. So the beautiful thing is about, and the challenge, it was how we combine one world with the other, the organic and the graphic together, because it's not about to paint it, and it's quite complicated, because it's like, it's a bit like opposite in a way, like more. So that's why it was a real challenge how to transfer this into the hair.
So I think on the next slide, we're going to see how you managed to do that.
Yeah, this one it was the first, and yeah, we wanted to show the real picture, not something edited, like the picture that we took in the studio, in the place where we are now, like with the, like doing the test, and it was the first time that we started to see something like is kind of special. The picture on the right is a, you can see the mix of the two, and the key to create this technique. If we go to the next slide, here it was when we start to see the combination between these two different worlds. Again, is like in the mannequins, and we created the. If you see, there's like vertical line, horizontal line, like something that is graphic, but at the same time is kind of moving shades on top. And the key it was it was by overlapping one technique on top of the other. So the combination of the two, it creates something like really, really special.
And it looks great. And I think you've got some wefts there, haven't you, that we can
Yeah,
see maybe the graphic
yeah,
and the...
yeah. Maybe here to understand the whole process, what we did it was like first what we I still have in here all the formulas for every wave to create these beautiful colors with a full spectrum. For example, this one, what we did it is with the string, we we braid or we turn around the wave, and then right after we put a dark color on top, like an, you know, like black, or you don't need that that dark, but something to create this kind of this is the result right after. Can you see? I don't know.
It looks beautiful,
Okay.
absolutely beautiful.
And this is one of the first part. And the trompe part is, can you see here? Is it's looking like the hair is cutted, but it's not. Okay.
It's almost like an optical illusion, and that's that true trick of the eye.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like thousands of different ideas and options that you can make. I don't know if you want to see now or later, but the hair pieces. Do you want to see now the hair
Yes,
pieces?
please. Yeah, let's see now.
Okay.
I get so excited because there's so many hair wefts. I'm like, show us now.
Look, this is to understand the two different worlds. This is the more graphic, the organic part, and the graphic. There's like many different shapes, and when you overlap one with the other, what the result of this is this. Can you see it?
Yeah, this looks amazing. So the organic is the weft that we use the string, we braid with the string, we knot with the string, and then your graphic part of the technique is what we're going to see a little bit later using the spatula.
Exactly. The spatula now in the, because we are gonna make the, or to play the video to understand all the process, but and we will explain the tools that we use it also maybe later. But
Great.
here with Jose is like showing you like, can you see all the part that is like kind of verticals, the more in blonde, some, and when you take, for example, like, take, this is one of the section. Organic.
Wow.
Look what is happening.
Amazing. You can really see now the graphic and then the organic over the top. That's amazing.
This is the trick is to mix or to overlap two different techniques. And just, I have to say that I'm really in love just with this one. For me, it's already beautiful. But we wanted to create something that at the first look you don't understand how it was made, how you can create this kind of colors together. So, and I think that is quite special.
It's
It's like,
absolutely beautiful. And also, depending on how you style it, how you comb it, you're going to get different kind of angles of either the graphic or the organic.
yeah, exactly. And I have to say that we were like so impressed because the combination, for example, here, I don't know if you can see that we used the two different colors, one black and the other like black by adding green, and the combination of the colors. Shame, I don't know if it's looking good in camera, but
It does.
in real, I think that is something like really, really beautiful. The Pantone of colors that we create.
It's
And it,
absolutely stunning. So we are going to move on because we're now going to see this all come to life in the fashion film. So let's play that
yeah,
fashion film.
okay.
What do you choose to see? Freedom of thought equated to creative freedom. The sum of the ideas of the three of expression makes the fourth idea.
So a beautiful, beautiful film there. So what we're going to look at now is a few more images. We're going to work moving towards now into the editorial. We're going to have a look at some close-ups as well.
Yeah.
So talk us through some of these kind of images that we're going to see next on the screen.
Yeah, the
This
collection.
this is the collection, isn't it? This is the end result of the collection.
Exactly. This is the first six picture that we pick, but the idea we were working for. I think that it was Michael Jose like 3 days, like creating the whole content because our idea it was to show because now with all this digital era, like with all the Instagram, everything is that you create. You need like sometimes with one picture you cannot explain the whole content of the technique. So that's why this is the main six looks of the collection, but there's much more. So also one of the things that it was important is when we explain the thing with the string is we use it to create not just the color, also we use it as a tool to create the styling. So we call this technique the fold, and the way that we make it is by using this string. And this is something that everyone can learn from the step-by-step videos that we created also. Yeah, this is the model that we make on her hair, but it's unbelievable when you see same model in a different perspective. It's looking like it's another technique, but it's like kind of magic when the hair is moving. And so, but this is it was made on her hair.
And it's really beautiful because depending on the way that the hair's moved, the way that the hair's styled, you're going to get a completely different view of the technique.
Yeah. It's kind of magical. And the nice thing that when we did the presentation in London, it was the feedback, because the people can touch it and can you can understand better how magical is the graphic organic technique. This is the model, actually the model that you mentioned before from Balenciaga, that she's right now in New York. She's Spanish, but she did the last 5 shows in for Balenciaga. And yeah, the Chanel and Iris Van Herpen. You know, they are quite interesting faces. And but apart from these looks, this is the back, which is also beautiful. Yeah. Can we
I mean,
move to the?
she just looks stunning, and I mean, I think that's the real big thing about this collection, is not only is it just like visually beautiful, but also as well, it's the way that when you're up close and you can actually see it on the hair, it's the way that it moves, the way that it changes. We've got a question here just to clarify. So the image that we saw at first, the styling, it's called the fold. So when it's flipped up, it's called the fold. So that was from Sarah. So hopefully we answered that question for you.
Yeah, we call it like that because, and the beautiful thing is, for example, the base, we keep it like quite natural, but we make the technique like underneath. So when we make the fold is when you see the color. If you make one more fold, you see the base once again. So it's kind of also interesting, not just about the color, also about how to style and how to create different ideas. And and if we go back to the PDF, like showing the collection, it's exactly what we wanted, like to create like different looks, like it's proposing you like close-ups, but also some other, here there's some other ideas of styling.
And it's so beautiful because it's such a tactile collection, and that's the only way I can describe it. It's like you want to go up to the hair and you want to part it and you want to move it around, as well as at the same time you want it to be static so you can see all the beautiful detail and the artistry, almost like the precision of the painting on hair. It's absolutely stunning. Well, I think it's about time that we got to see how you did this. So I think if we play the technical video, then you can talk us through the actual technique itself.
Okay.
So we've got the beautiful Muriel here, and I absolutely I fell in love with her haircut, as not just the color, it was the haircut as well, was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she's stunning, and that's why when you have a model, like she's a kind of our musa, because we can make like quite, you know, like different style. You can transform in so many different characters, like from softer to more like you know, stronger looks. So what we did is first it was to with the base color we pre-lighten like the top area, one section on top, and it was it's like the place that where we create the color is only this section. No, we don't need the whole head to create a beautiful look.
And I love how you just mentioned there that Muriel was kind of like your muse. And do you find that when you're coming up with these concepts and ideas, you really have to have that kind of canvas? Because when we met Muriel, her image herself was just incredible. Like she already has a really strong image.
Yeah. She's super special in the way she dressed, in the way in her attitude, and that's why we used to collaborate with her for the last 2 years, I guess, and you know, and now that we are planning the shows in America, hopefully we can count with her.
That would be amazing. Now, this is the kit, isn't it? This is the wonderful comb. There's a comb and spatula and clear foil. So tell us about that.
Yeah, this is a special comb that is something that you can make like just with this comb. How do you say, like when you waving? No, when you want to make highlight.
When you weave.
Sorry about the
No,
about that.
fine.
You know what is happening? I don't know why, but this word is always like hard for me to remember. You know, but anyway, the thing with this comb, you can make like totally equal section. So every piece is gonna be the same, and there's like two different. Maybe like this is better. Two different sizes.
Two different sizes of teeth, isn't there, on that comb? So you can take wider sections or smaller sections, very much how you would highlight. And this is part of the kit. So people can get these kits. They'll have a comb, they'll have a spatula, and they'll have the clear foils as well. Why is it important to use the clear foils?
Yeah, the clear foils, because as you can see in the video, the first thing that we made, it was to create like kind of stripes with the black and the green, and in between we leave it like without color section, without any color. So then we cover with the transparent foil, because we need to see what is in the previous section. And what we make to create this visual effect, this trompe-l'oeil technique, is to make in the holes that are in between the previous section, to put the color in between. So this is the trick. So that's why it's looking like the highlight is like breaking and moving to the side. Here in the video, when I think you can see the process. And also the spatula. If you see, the spatula is important because with the brush you cannot make like sharp lines. What we make with the spatula is to create this line like totally perfect.
And it really is. It's almost like a chessboard. In some of the techniques you did, it's that perfect like symmetry, that perfect geometry. One of the questions that's coming through, and we've had this question a couple of times now, so it's just to clarify that absolutely you can do this technique on hair wefts. But in the collection, this technique was done on hair wefts as well as real hair. So some of the models had their own hair colored in this way. So I think that's where that real kind of, customization really comes, with being able to do this in so many different ways that you could suit it to any hair, not just a hair weft.
Yeah, exactly. B, and sorry to interrupt you, because this is an important part. Here we pick 6 different colors, and what we made is what I explained before, like kind of Pantone of the different colors. We leave it for, I will say, like 20 minutes, and right after, with the string, the hemp, we make the technique to create this organic on top. So what we made, it was to leave the color process a bit, and I don't mind if it's not, because people at home maybe is thinking, but now maybe you are gonna destroy the color that you made with these 6 different colors. But I don't mind. I don't want something like clean in this part. I want something organic, like kind of to create a pattern, like quite. It's based also on the, how do you say, like when you make this thing with the clothing.
Tie-dye, so almost like tie-dyeing fabric.
It's kind of this, but instead of bleach it after, what we make it is to put a dark color on top.
And it's like in some instances you're wrapping the rope or the string around, and then sometimes it looks like you're braiding it, sometimes you're knotting it.
Exactly. Here you can see the trompe-l'oeil technique is underneath with the foils, and on top there's the organic technique with the string. And the combination of the two is what it creates the idea. Also, this idea we use it for the whole collection. If you saw some of the image, that there's like a huge stone in the middle of the set, we tried to make this combination between something that is in the studio like totally clean with something like from nature, like a huge stone. And also the background, I have to say, the background is not a picture that we picked from somewhere. It was based on the colors that we create on the studio. All the tests that we create on the studio, we create a palette of color, and then an artist that is the same guy that made the video, that is called Gustavo Lopez Mañas. He designed all the backgrounds for the shooting. So everything is about the color, how the Aveda Full Spectrum inspires us to create all the content about the collections.
It's absolutely amazing, and I just want to thank you so much for sharing your artistry with us, because it's an absolutely beautiful collection, and we are so excited to be launching Graphic Organic out through our network. And there's so many ways you can get involved. This was just one of them, but the real important thing here is celebrating that artistry and celebrating just being in this wonderful industry, which is the hairdressing industry. So I wanted to thank you guys for so much from coming live and direct from Madrid. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us.
Thank you very much, Vic. Thank you to all Aveda team and everybody that is watching from all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you so much to Xpresion. And let's enjoy Graphic Organic.
Okay.